Palmiers are a staple in French patisseries. You look at the puffy pastry and you taste the crunch of the sugar and you think to yourself that some talented baker slaved away for hours making this ridiculously fashionable cookie. The truth is, Palmiers are ridiculously easy to make because puff pastry can be bought pre-made. And as a professional baker who has seen some shocking things behind the scenes in some of the world's fanciest pastry kitchens, I can tell you that many bakeries use pre-made puff pastry instead of making it themselves. They just do. The trick is to start with a butter-based puff pastry. You can find good quality puff pastry in specialty grocery stores. Or you can slave away all day making it from scratch like Pierre does. But why would you do that when it tastes almost exactly the same as if it were pre-made? And why would you do that when many bakeries in France buy it pre-made? Well, for bragging rights, I guess. You want to coat both sides of the puff pastry with sugar and one side with chocolate if you desire. You want to roll the dough into the sugar to make sure it's coated on both sides. But not so you're rolling the dough flat, you're just gently rolling it to get the sugar to adhere to the dough. Here I'm cutting the dough into two pieces because I want to do one half that's just plain sugar and the other half that's got the nice dark chocolate. I'm going to sprinkle the chocolate on one side of the dough and then I'm going to roll them in a couple turns to make a wedge-shaped log. We do this by rolling it into threes and then folding it like a book, as shown. Once you've rolled the log, use a sharp knife and cut little half-inch pieces from the dough. Place them flat side down onto prepared baking sheets. Put them in a preheated oven. Don't put them in earlier than when the oven's preheated, because if you do, you're going to ruin the Palmiers. The water in the butter steams, causing the butter to expand the puff pastry, and that's where you get that really puffy look without using any sort of baking powder or baking and leavening ingredients. And we get that nice puffy look from a really hot preheated oven. Bake them until they're really nice and crispy, and then let them cool in a wire rack before enjoying with a nice cup of French hot chocolate. C'est très facile.